So, brought my things in. We're shutting the air conditioner off because it's actually quite frigid in here. It's been on since Friday in all of the rooms. Hello and welcome back to my channel. We're going to do a planning for the first day of school video. The air conditioner has been on all weekend because it's supposed to be like 90 something like the next couple days. Right now, today, the high is 95. I think tomorrow's like 97. I don't really like it when it's cold. So like if Dan and I go on a trip somewhere, I have to make sure that I'm wearing pants and a hoodie because he loves his car just absolutely frigid, and that's not my life. Grabbed some Panda Express for lunch because, you know, I was craving it and I didn't have anything on Saturday. I did buy the new Starbucks cup. I was really trying to convince myself that I didn't need it, but it's just so beautiful. And it's a $30 cup. That's like 6 days of me not going to Caribou. So we're gonna be making our own coffee. Although, as you know, we've been on the pumpkin cold foam kick. So hopefully I can continue with that. So I spent my own money on this. I got the Frappuccino version of the pumpkin spice. Got these to try for myself because they kind of look good, and I do like Count Chocula cereal. And then some bananas for a little snacky. This stuff right here I'm going to use PTO money for, and it's going to be this Raisin Rail Trail Mix. So I do think I'm going to make that the very first day of school to go with our Jitter Juice if I have time for that. And so we're not following the recipe exactly because I know what my kids like, and bagel chips is not one of them, and I don't eat those either. So I decided on some knockoff Fruit Loops, pretzels, marshmallows. Kool-Aid was so expensive, and I don't necessarily like to drink that whole gallon myself. So I got the little packet, and I have sugar here so we can make a pitcher of the Kool-Aid. And then you add like a 7-Up or a Sprite to it to make it fizzy. So this is the Hy-Vee off-brand version. And then Goldfish. My students aren't going to eat raisin. Fruit Loop cereal. No way they're eating those. We love pretzels. We love marshmallows. I have chocolate chip here. I know we're not going to eat butterscotch, so we'll follow kind of the order, but really it's just using the measurements and having a good time and following directions. So I'm going to put some of this away, eat my Panda Express, get the computer all set up, and then I will talk with you guys when I'm ready to chat about what I'm planning for the very first day of school. I have it all planned out in my head, but I haven't actually put it down on paper. If you're wondering, this is a hair tinsel. I don't have like food or something stuck in my hair. It's a hair tinsel. I also did not get rid of as much coloring stuff as I was hoping, which is a bummer because I really don't want that stuff anymore, but I also like don't want to throw away a perfectly good coloring sheet. This is kind of how I've been scheduling things. It's harder now that we're A, B, C, D, E, so there's 5 different ones of these because no day is the same basically. And it's mostly the special, so sometimes they have a morning special, sometimes they have an afternoon special, and it's only the same every 5 days. It's a mess. Like, if you consider I have 6 grades to be scheduling around. 7:30 is when kids start breakfast, but I have some students that'll come in here and we do a math lesson. But I'm not going to do a math lesson the very first moment of the first day of school, so I'll just go check in with all my students at that time. From 8 to 8:30 on any other day, so B, C, D, E days, I would have a group in here, but the group that I would normally have has art. So literally 8 a.m. first day of school, one class has art. That's just how it works out. And so on A days, I go to kindergarten. So that's wit and wisdom support. But, you know, first half hour of kindergarten, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crying. So I'll be with my kindergarten friend and whoever else happens to be there. Otherwise, on the other days of the week, my para is in there, but just how the schedule works out, I do it A days, which is kind of nice because then I can get a hang of how the student is doing with the curriculum. So then from 9 to 9:30, I'll have my squad in here, my more self-contained students, and we're doing our days of school. So like, we'll change it to a 1. I'll do all of this. Next week, I'll let them take turns because we've done this last year too. And then we'll start talking about our math talk board. So like, what number is a 1? Oh, here's a 1. How many days is it 1? Is 1 an odd number or an even number? A 1 goes in the ones place. How many is that on our 10 frame? How much money is worth 1? Place value, how much is that, etc. Again, I'm planning on doing a morning video for you all, but it probably won't be till like next week because I just have a lot of meetings coming up soon. The candy is sitting there because I'm trying to get rid of it. Hopefully by the end of the first day, that's all gone. So then after that, we're doing the first day jitters activities. I think some of these kids have read the book, so we're gonna go through it quickly. So we'll read the book, How did you feel today? I felt blank on my first day of school. And then we'll do this little pocket chart activity. So they get one strip, they figure out which one they want, they color the one they want, and then they're gonna come over here and put it in this pocket chart. Normally you never see this pocket chart because I use it as a room divider, but on occasion I do use it for pocket chart type things. Also, when we've filled up these 10 frames and it's gotten farther into the school year, say it's like day 90 or so, I'm gonna have these up here, and then when we're using it for the math talk, I can just wheel it on over, so then it's not in the way during the rest of the day. Because once you get to 180 days, it's a long train of 10 frames. So we'll do a little bar graph, and I'll do that with all of my students, even if I didn't necessarily do the entire activity with them, just so by the end of the day we can kind of get a feel for what everyone's feeling. Then with my self-contained friends, we're doing a bus craft. I saw this while browsing Instagram the other night, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I would assume that this is probably a tracing activity, but we have some fine motor struggles. So I whipped this up. So all they have to do is cut out the shapes, color the yellow and color the red. So I'll make the example alongside of them. We do a lot of my turn, your turn, okay, you do it, watch me. And then our sensory bin, I've talked about that before. Made this a couple of weeks ago. So we'll hopefully do this if we have time. And we wouldn't do this, I don't know, more than twice. Just a fun introduction activity, get a little play in. And then 10 to 10:15, we're going to do some writing journals. So this goes with the Enchanted Learning curriculum. So we used this last year too. It's obviously September now, but this is the August unit, but I loved how good this was for just an introductory unit. All things that we talk about that first couple weeks of school, rules and hugging and being nice to your friends. I love my friends, help them open the door, that sort of thing. So that's what it looks like. It's mostly something my students can do independently, and it hits a lot of our IEP goals. We're still working on like coloring in the lines and cutting on the lines and paying attention to what we're doing and using proper colors. And I tell my kids, you know, if you're in 3rd grade, you better use 3 colors. If you're in 2nd grade, you have to use 2 colors. If you're in 5th grade, you have to use at least 5 colors. And sometimes it's very tempting to just color all of this purple, but you know, we're getting older. Can't just color everything purple. And then 10:15 to 10:45, we're going to read Our Class as a Family. If you're wondering, this column is all the students' names that I would normally be seeing, just me. And over here is every single special education student in the school, where they are. So say they're in art or gym, it's going to say it. And then if there's a para working with them, that also says it. So most of these bigger lines, that's probably a para that's with a student somewhere. This one, I mostly want for a bulletin board craft, so I can show kindness to my classmates by, and by bulletin board, I really mean the back of my door. Kindness is something that a lot of my students struggle with, so we're gonna hit that hard. And then I'm thinking we might have these little faces right here, and it says I can make different emotions. So then if we look at this boy, which one matches? Oh, embarrassed. So then we're gonna try to make an embarrassed face with Play-Doh. Okay, where's that girl? What is she feeling? Oh, she must be feeling calm, which is a little harder because she doesn't look the exact same. Or like this boy, it's probably this boy. So what does he feel? Ooh, confused. And then 10:50 to 11:15 is kind of just an odd time. So I think we're gonna get our computers out, sign in, see if everything works, and then explore the L3 skills games. And then normally at 11 to 11:15, so these groups are gonna overlap. There'd be a social skills group in here, but we're not gonna meet today unless someone's having big problems. 11:15 to 11:30 is when I have lunch. Yep, 15 minutes lunch. That's my life. But better than last year where I ate my lunch with students. So at least this is 15 minutes of my own time, hopefully. 11:30 to 12 is a different group of kids. We're going to do the Our Class as a Family. And then I'll also have them do the jitter juice thing. What would you call this? The jitter juice graph. 12 to 12:10. Don't have any kids, so me time? Question mark? Who knows? 12:10 is when it gets a little crazy, so I probably do need a little bit of me time. So I have maybe 8 kids in my room at this time. Also have to remember that this kid has to go get a feeding tube. Michelle is one of my parents. That's not a student name. So yes, lots of things happening between 12:10 and 12:35. Will all these kids actually come and see me today? I don't know. I don't have everybody's lesson plans. 12:35 to 1:10. Some are doing System 44. Some are in Reading Mastery Green. Are we actually going to do that? No, these kids will do our class as a family as well. Also do that. And then at 1:10, Self-Contained Friends are back. We'll do News to You, the story, and we'll do the trail mix. So that's this. And they've really been working on updating this. Like, all of this is new. It's much easier to navigate it, and they're just making it more interesting for students. So there's links and videos and stuff you can click, but most of the time...
A group is creating a very long trail. The group is named Rails to Trails Conservancy.
So we'll either take turns being the ones that get to go up and click it to have the computer read it to us, or sometimes they'll take turns. So like this one, we might be able to have a student read. So there's a video, we do this all whole group, all fun and interesting. And then there's also...
Knock, knock.
Yes, a little delayed. But anyways, we'll do the joke page, and then after the joke page, there's this, so we'll do it together. We'll do that together on the smartboard too, and then there is the independent version for them. And then every time that we make the snack too, we'll do this. And then if we do the snack, this is what we'll fill out too, because I like the students being able to go home and give their parents this to show that we actually are doing things. Because, you know, kids, they go home and say, we didn't do anything today. Hello, we made a snack. Last year I had a couple kids that could do this, but not this year's group, and that's okay. And then at 1:45 to 2:15, on A days, I have to go support these kids in science because the para that's normally with them is somewhere else. And they're doing Save Fred, which is a very fun thing with gummy worms. Basically, you're saving the helpless gummy worm named Fred, who has managed to capsize his boat and lose his life preserver. Working together, students must rescue Fred, turn his boat right side up, and put on the life preserver, all without hurting Fred or dropping him into the lake. And by hurting him, they mean not stabbing him with a paperclip, because that's cheating. So yeah, that's what they're doing. Fun. And then we get ready to go home. Yes, seems like a fun and an easy day, but it never goes exactly as planned. I'm sure something will come up and I'll have to, you know, deviate on the fly, but that's just what special education is. And then I also have these little crowns, so hooray, what a great day, the first day of school. And I've kind of discovered these things are sentence strips, and they're absolutely ancient. They make the perfect thing to staple the front part of the crown on, and then the rest of it goes around the head, and it's easy to decorate, and you can just staple it, and it's nice and sturdy. So that's just something else we're gonna do if we have a spare moment of time. It should be a pretty easy, fun, chill day. First day of school generally is. There's gonna be a lot of logistics, so like new kids getting on the bus, somebody has a broken leg, so there's gonna be different things that I haven't had to deal with in the past, but that's okay. We'll handle it, and it'll be a fun, great, amazing day. I hope you guys enjoyed this little plan with me first day of school video. I know a lot of teachers, they'll make this once and then they never have to do it again because they can do the same activity. I've said this before, I have the same students sometimes for 6 years, so I can never repeat things. It will tell me that I am a lesson repeater. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna go home and get ready to go to yoga.